Hello amigas, good morning and happy Friday. It is 9:44 a.m. and per usual we're on our way to head out to my son's speech therapy. I'm trying to make it to today's book reading at the library at 11:30. I brought one snack per child plus water, so please pray for me that it goes successful. All right, so I picked out some books for me to rent for the kids. And this is everything. It's kind of a mess, but yeah, we're gonna rent these books this time. Typically we don't, but I figured, you know what, why not? We're here early and we're gonna rent some books. Hello amigas, good morning, happy Saturday. It is 8:32 a.m. Kids are already eating. I already made breakfast for my husband as well, and I'm just quickly warming up my breakfast. But I wanted to show you amigas because I wasn't able to show you in the last video, so I'm showing you now my cinnamon raisin bread. So literally I just cut up 2 slices for myself and I'm having it being toasted on the stove right now with some butter. There we go. So it could be nice and crispy. Just toast up the raisins, give it some extra flavor. This is my loaf. I did just put on some like cold butter on it right now, but this is what she's looking. This time I had actually tweaked the recipe a little bit and I put less of the cinnamon sugar spread as well as the raisins, because in my head I was like, okay, the recipe I was doing before, it was too sweet for me personally, and that says something because I have a major sweet tooth. And I was like, you know what, let me tone it down a notch on the sweetness level. And I did, and I just played it by ear. Now I feel like it doesn't have enough flavor. So I gotta figure out a nice in between for this cinnamon raisin bread. But this is maybe like my 3rd time making it. It's not the best, it's not the worst, but you know, it's a work in progress. You get these recipes already handed to you and then you tweak them to your liking and your adjustment and just whatever the family loves. So yeah, that's my cinnamon raisin bread that I made. So let me finish this up and I'm gonna eat it with my hot coffee, and I will chat with you amigas when I get the chance. Big one. I can't freaking get this thing. Oh my God. I swear, I'll be telling my husband, I'm like, bro, why do you tighten it so much? He's like, I don't, I just put it just enough. Bruh, I'm not kidding you. When I tell him like I can't open it, I genuinely cannot open it. Oh my God. Right, taste test. There we go. Hey amigas, it is 7:24 p.m. Literally just laid the kids down 4 minutes ago, and right after laying them down I came straight downstairs and made myself a drink. So it has been a busy day to say the least. What was the last thing that we did? Let's see. The main objective of today was go grocery shopping for the tamales and do my tamale prep. As I mentioned, today is Saturday. Today is tamale prep day. And so we drive out to Market Basket, got all of our ingredients and only bought 2 extra things, a bunch of bananas and then 2 limes. That was literally it. Everything else was for the tamales. Then we came home, fed the kids lunch. I did a prep on all of my tamale stuff. And yeah, literally just not that long ago, I think right at 7, I finished my prep of the day. So that is soaking my corn husks and then putting them out to dry, boiling my chiles, making my salsa, and then pouring my salsa into my meat, and also cooking my meat, shredding my meat, and mixing the meat with the salsa. Also making the masa. It's really not hard to make that tamales. It's just very time consuming. It's very time consuming, and it is strenuous on my body. Like after we once it was time to take our evening walk per usual that we do anyways, we went to go walk. Girl, my feet were hurting. I felt as if I was walking barefoot and I was just like walking on the road like that. My feet were hurting and they're still hurting. But yeah, and just I like to clean as I go. So I literally have a full stack of clean dishes that are drying, and I'll even show you amigas right now, but this is not even like the full dishes that I be washing, because I wash as I go and then I'll reuse, or like I have a little bit already dried, put them away because I have more dishes to be washing. And then I like to just clean all my spaces. So clean my stove, the mixer, I'll clean my counters, and I'll like spray everything down with like Clorox and everything just to really like disinfect all my spaces. But yeah, today I had actually made tamales de puerco, and those are personally my favorite tamales, and it was my first time making them, so I'm really hoping that they came out good. I did try out the red salsa, and it was not spicy, but it was very flavorful, and that's what I was hoping for, was more of just like a flavor to it, just because next week when I have them to sell ready on Monday, it is Thanksgiving week, and I just want to keep in mind that some people might be leaving for the holidays. Some people might be staying in for the holidays. Some people might be having visitors for the holidays. And so whether they eat the tamales just as a regular meal or they're planning on saving them for Thanksgiving, they can just throw them in their freezer and like eat and like have by themselves or share whatever. And not everyone loves the spiciness to it. So I was just aiming more for just flavorful tamales. I mean, as is, they're tamales de puerco. So you're getting flavor because of the meat itself and just the way how I season my meat to boil and everything. I added flavor to it. So it's coming out really good. Like I tried out the salsa as is. It was good. It was flavorful. I tried out the carne as is. That was also really good and juicy, and that had good flavor to it. So I'm having really high hopes that these are going to be good, and I'm hoping that these are just as successful as last week's batch, because those sold out so fast, which that was the first time that had happened. Mind you, I have been doing this, I think 4 times now. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, this is gonna be my 5th time making a batch and selling a batch of tamales. And last week's, the 4th batch, was the first that it sold out so quick. And I love that. Like, I love that I sold out so fast. I love that people are ordering in, you know, for the moment, but also in big batches to save for later or like to take home to their family and whatnot. So I love that. And it's awesome that I have reoccurring customers, plus that I have new customers. So that is nice because people are like spreading the word, they're keeping me in mind, and they genuinely love my food. And I love that my food just speaks for itself. And it's like, yo, her tamales, they're good. If you're gonna buy tamales, buy them off of her. So, I mean, not to like toot my own horn, but I'm gonna toot my own horn because there's competition. Like there's honestly competition for people making and selling food as their small business and just as like their side hustle and everything. And especially right now, I do see other people on Facebook promoting and selling tamales. So it's nice that I have reoccurring customers plus new customers literally selling me out so fast from my tamales. Let me take a sip. But anywho, back on track. We did our evening walk, as I mentioned. Obviously, this was in the evening after my kids took their nap. And then originally, we were supposed to be having spaghetti for dinner. Long story short, the spaghetti was not it. It literally ended up being ramenetti. The spaghetti ended up turning into like ramen, and it was ramenetti, and it was just not it. Like it was not pleasable. It was edible, but it was just not pleasable. And it's a little bit embarrassing to say it out loud and to put it out there, but that's just what happens sometimes. Like, you plan for your meal to go one way and it just goes exactly sideways. But it doesn't take away the fact that I'm still making my food and I'm selling my food and people love my tamales and everything. So I'm not taking that away or anything. But today was just one of those days where it was like things went sideways and the spaghetti was just not going to be good for us. So the spaghetti is literally still on the stove. That black pot right there is literally the spaghetti. Did we eat the spaghetti? No, we did not. Instead, we literally went to Hunt Brothers Pizza and we bought 2 boxes of pizza plus some wings, and that was our dinner. And we all ate really well and we all enjoyed our dinner. So we ended up just getting that, and then at dinner time, my husband, he cracked open the wine, I cracked open a drink. So that's why I have my drink now, because I'm just continuing the vibe from earlier. And then after dinner, the kids were watching TV over there in the living room, and I was just cleaning up, finishing up here because, oh no, I have to like stop myself from the process, because I have to remember, like, okay, I still need to eat, like I still need to use the bathroom, I still want to do my walks as we do as a family together, we still want to have our family dinners and everything. So it's just one of those things that it takes me a really long time, because I like take little breaks in between, not frequent, but like mandatory breaks. Like, I have to use the bathroom, we have to eat dinner, and like I want to get my steps in. But no, everything else is like I'm cooking or I'm prepping or I'm cleaning up like dishes, and I'm like cleaning up the counters and like the floors and my space and everything. So it does take me a while, it does take me a long time, but point of the story is, at the same time, I'm still enjoying making tamales, and I'm enjoying selling them, and I'm enjoying hearing the good feedback, and I'm enjoying the profit that I'm making, because I think I mentioned to you, amigas, with the profit that we've made for 2 times back to back, we were able to buy our kids Christmas presents, and that makes me so happy that I'm finally able, in such a long time, able to contribute financially to my family, and for it to be like literally perfect timing, because we're now able to buy Christmas gifts for our kids and my son's birthday presents for him, and just not have to feel like we're pulling out from savings and we're like feeling guilty that we're buying our kids presents. Instead, the profit that I'm making will go like straight to that. So it has been feeling really nice and really fulfilling. And as a military spouse and a stay-at-home mom, sometimes I feel so guilty about the financial stress that my husband has, because he's the working one. He's the one that goes out to work, and he's the one who's, you know, bending over backwards for this family to bring in an income for us. And yes, I am also bending over backwards to contribute to this family, but in a different sense, you know? And sometimes I just kind of have like a little bit of an identity crisis, if you will call it, as a military spouse, as a stay-at-home mom, because I'm not working. I'm not getting paid for what I'm doing at home. I'm not getting paid for taking care of my children. I'm not getting paid for feeding my family. I'm not getting paid for doing all the housework and all the chores and all the cleaning and all the laundry and just everything else that comes with it. And so it has been a long time since I've had to go into a 9-to-5 job and had a boss in some building. And with this, I really do feel like I'm just, what's the word? What is the word? I guess more clarity. I guess, for lack of a better word, just having more clarity and like reassurance and confidence, because I am now able to bring in some kind of profit. It's not like as much as my husband is making, obviously, but it's something enough to be able to go to Walmart and walk out and I can purchase with my money that I directly earned something at Walmart, you know? And long story short, girl, it's time to drink. It's time to drink. I need to stop yapping, go outside, chill with my husband, and just have some husband and wifey time, have my drink, and just have some girlhood me time and just chillax. Because today was a working day for me. Today, mama was working. Today, mama clocked in and clocked out. And now I'm clocked out. I need to go outside. I need to go relax. I need to go chill. And I will probably chat with you amigas tomorrow. So, good night. Hope you rest well. And I will see you tomorrow.